Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. We in the building. We in the building. What's up? What's up? Thank you for joining today. We having some fun. Yes, we are. We getting in the mood. All right. You guys ready? Are you ready? Hmm. Lips a little dry. Thank you for joining the Captain ClapBack show because we are here to have some fun tonight. Let's get into it. I do the show at 10. We're gonna start at 10 o'clock. I feel like you want to rest, you in bed, you done took a shower, the kids are fed, everything is done. I mean, here I am. Now you get to listen to Captain Clap Back. Of course, I get 5 claps. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is with me. I get the 5 claps like that. Yes. So the first movie we're gonna talk about. Oh, we got 1 more minute before we start. 1 more minute. 1 more minute before we start. That's it. That's it. We almost ready. 9:59. Here we go. Just waiting. Thank you guys for joining. I really do appreciate it. Really, really do. Now, here we go. It's 10 o'clock. Let's start with the threesome. All right, y'all. So the threesome. 2025 kicks off, and Connor, our boy, decides it's time to chase Olivia. And I'm looking at him like, bruh, you 25, you acting like you just discovered women. This dude got an emotional IQ of a soggy slice of Wonder Bread. Now, Olivia, on the other hand, she's like, do I want love or do I want chaos? You know, who knows? Spoiler alert, she's getting both. Then you got Jenny on the other hand. She slides in like she just walked off the cover of Don't Text Your Ex, Text Your Therapist. And boom, you know what happens. One night, one mistake, 3 people. And then they suddenly starring in a live action math problem. We're talking about the movie The Threesome if you're just joining. Thank you for joining in. What's up, Kimmy? Thank you for joining. So, as the movie moves along, now we get to the money shot. So, Connor, he's thinking that he's slick. Olivia thinking she's adventurous. And Jenny, she's thinking she's spontaneous. Y'all, this is not chemistry. This is chemistry class gone wrong. And the one thing is, they make it all look cinematic. But I'm watching them like, this ain't adulting. This is a damn social experiment. I didn't sign up for. And the dialogue, it was witty. It was mostly like, how do we make poor decisions but make it look sexy? Mission accomplished. Now we're going to fast forward. Everybody's confused. Everybody's pregnant. And Connor's over here like, am I the father? Bruh, you're not just a father, you're a human embodiment of a chaos theory. Olivia and Jenny, absolutely doing their thing. They're handling their business while he's over here Googling how to co parent without crying on Instagram. And let's not ignore Greg. give us this. He came in and gave us this comic relief that we needed. The dude's like the friend who shows up and tell you, "I told you so." Now, he's not really trying to help, but he's adding fuel to the fire. That's comedy gold. You can't ask for anything better. Now, the movie tried to hit us with the growth and the emotional maturity. Olivia's finding herself. Jenny's figuring out her independence. And Connor, he's still Connor, but fine, because life isn't not fair. And apparently, neither is dating pool of 2025. And I got to give credit to the actors. Y'all brought this chaos to life so convincingly. I almost wanted to call social service on Connor myself. Real talk. The takeaway, life is messy. Love is messy. And if you think you're in love, life is complicated. Remember Connor. He's the guy who turns a one night thing into a three-way emotional calculus problem. Respect to the writers, Ethan Ogilvy, the director Chad Hardington, and making us laugh. They made us cry and scream. Why, bro? Why? All at the same movie. Now that's talent. And that's the mess we call the threesome. And if you like what you're watching, grown adults do dumb stuff, you're going to love roasting it just as much as I do. So if you're watching my YouTube or you're watching my TikTok, hit that subscribe button. We roast movies, we roast sports, we roast your favorite celebrities. No mercy, no filter, all fire. You know what it is. Shout out to the cast. Turn on those notifications. Get ready. So Connor out here thinking he's slick. Bruh, you got the IQ of soggy cereal. Olivia, she wanted adventure, not a live action calculus problem. Jenny walked in like, I hope stupidity is contagious because I'm catching it fast. That threesome didn't create chemistry. It created a full-blown hurricane. Connor Googling how to be a dad like the internet gonna bail him out. Newsflash, bruh, it won't. Zoe, she carried Olivia like a queen, while Jonah carried chaos like it was a backpack. Now Ruby Cruz is out here making sense, while Connor, he out here making regrets. Greg shows up to laugh at your pain. Thanks, Jabroki. We appreciate that. Kevin's trying to mediate a war that already has nukes. God bless him. The title says The Threesome. You didn't need a trailer, just warning labels for this. Connor brought kind of thought he was solving a life problem. He just invented problem 2.0. Olivia's handling drama like a CEO. Connor, on the other hand, he's handling drama like a toddler. Jenny's independence shines, while Connor's confusion dims like a broken light bulb. Two pregnancies, zero preparation. And Connor's like, what now? Bruh, everything now. Double the butch. Watching them is like watching a reality show nobody signed up for. Connor's love life is a cautionary tale wrapped in rom-com. Every text Connor sends is a crime scene investigation waiting to happen. Comedy relief is different when someone else's life is in flames. The threesome was spontaneous. The aftermath, predictability, yeah, catastrophe. Catastrophe. By the end, you realize Connor didn't grow. The universe just adjusted around him. All right, take a little break. I don't know if y'all saw the threesome, but hey, it's a pretty funny movie. And me just roasting it, that's just what I do. I'm not trying to, down anybody for their acting or anything like that because, hey, I'm on TikTok. They not. You know what I mean? They on the big screen. They on TV. They on Netflix. I'm just out here trying to get this thing cranked up. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not um, too busy, hit that share button and just share the live. Somebody might hear something they like. You never know. So the next movie we're gonna roast is Man Code 3, which is a really good movie. First, I want to get a shout out to all first responders, all the real first responders out here in the world. Hey, TG, what's up? So here we go. All right, so in Code 3, we got this burned out paramedic. looking like life done chewed him up and spit him out. One last 24-hour shift. The He got to train the rookie. The rookie. The man can't even tie his damn shoes without Googling it. Our dude's already side-eyeing him like, bruh, you're going to survive the night or we're going to have to bury you by sunrise. This kid got less experience than a microwave meal, and somehow he's my apprentice. The first call hits. Someone's fainting, cars honking, people screaming. Rookie's like, do we really have to do CPR? Bruh, that's literally your job. Meanwhile, our paramedic is juggling life, death, the rookie, stupidity. It's like a circus act. He panicking so hard, he looked like he just found out life has taxes. I've seen toddlers with better life emergency instincts than this kid. Yes, chaos continues to spiral. Multiple calls, traffic screaming, bystanders, pets attacking paramedics. It's like the universe said, let me see how many ways we can ruin your night. Rookie drops the defibrillator. Our dude picks it up like, bruh, objects taking better notes than you. That's all, man. You dropped the defibrillator. The night got more drama than a soap opera on fast forward. He's sweating so much, I thought we were filming a water park commercial. Now the rookie messes up a call. CPR, rhythm off, paperwork missing, all while the paramedics trying to keep the patient alive and his soul intact. If the kid was any slower, the patient gonna age 10 years before they finish. Watching him trying to help is like watching a cat do algebra. Entertaining, but terrifying. Now, code 3, by 3 a.m., our paramedic realizes this isn't training, it's survival. He's cracking jokes while saving lives. I'm teaching, I'm saving lives, I'm praying to every deity I know. If this rookie survives the night, it's a miracle. If I survive the night, it's a vacation. So this guy, he's been burned out longer than the kid's attention span. So eventually, sunrise hits. The rookie may have learned something. Paramedic is done. Done with mentoring, done with chaos, done with pretending he likes humans sometimes. Audience is laughing and crying, appreciating first responders more than ever. We love you guys. So if you know any first responders, Wax, what's up? If you know any first responders out there, if you know any people who deliver oxygen, give them a shout out. I survived the night, but my sanity didn't. Sunrise is not bright. It's just exposing how tired I really am. So, code 3, people. If y'all like chaotic, exhausting, and hilarious, if you got the right lens, and if you like watching grown adults juggle life and death drama while chaos reigns, smash that follow button for Captain ClapBack. Reroast movies, sports, celebrities, your life choices. No filter, all fire. Shout out to the cast, crew, and every real life first responder who does this daily. You made the madness look legendary. Notifications on, laughs ready. Let's go. Yeah, we can't talk about first responders. I'm not talking about first responders. You guys out here doing a real job. That's, what we do. That's what you do. But this movie, on the other hand, this guy had one shift left, and during that shift, he had to train somebody. This kid was not the one to be. You want him to give you CPR. Yeah, that's it. Throw out a couple of likes if you like. It'll help with some of the things I gotta do. So true story. Okay. So I read this story. I had to sit the fuck down when I wrote this. When I read this. So this Memphis woman pulls up on this dad and his two kids. And, you know, the woman, she kidnaps the dad, basically, once he gets in the car. And told the dad, I always wanted kids and I have a better place to take you. So hold up. That's not a line from Disney. That's a criminal thinking she's Mary Poppins with anger issues. Now the dad, all he did was give her $20 for a ride. $20. That's it. Not a down payment for joint custody, not a retainer fee, just $20. And she's out here like, great, I'm a new parent. Bro thought she was paying for gas. She thought she was buying lives. And now I'm gonna paint the scene for y'all. She's driving. The kid's in the back. The dad's in the front. She hits him with the line, I'm about the better place. Lady, the only better place you going is a county lockup. That's it. Your fantasy. Orange jumpsuits, bumps, Raymond. That's not a better place. That's a sad place. So the dad fights back. He hits the brake, wrestles for his life while getting the kids to safety. Now imagine explaining that to your toddlers, lady. Kids, that wasn't mommy, okay? That was some mean lady. I had the WWE in the back seat, and it's free y'all, if you know what I mean. And then she bit him on top of that. She actually bit a grown man like she was auditioning for a vampire role in a low budget horror flick. I don't care how badly you want kids. Biting adults isn't the answer. That's rabies behavior. That's all I can say. Then, just when you think it's over, she drove back to the scene. Y'all, that's insane. Y'all never gonna go back to the crime scene. That's rule number one in literally every crime movie ever. She out here like, maybe they forgot about me. Maybe the dad liked me. Maybe the kids need extra love. She comes back, the cops are there, the dad's there, the kids are crying, she's still trying to play hero. Ma'am, you ain't no hero. You didn't even bring any presents. You're a viral felon. Congratulations. Your 15 minutes of fame is sponsored by felony charges. Now she's facing 3 felony kidnapping charges. 3, all because she wanted to read a room, couldn't read a law book, and couldn't read basic human decency. And that's all. It's a real tragedy. And I'm glad anybody didn't get hurt. I love the part where she always wanted kids. You know what else? You know who else wanted kids? My auntie at Thanksgiving. But she didn't steal kids. They just gave you a hug and sent you home with some pie. You know, normal human behavior. And now the dad and the kids say, no, they're traumatized. Orange is the new black. She got Raymond, regrets, and maybe a new therapist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I turned always wanted kids into a full-blown episode of Criminal Minds meets Family Feud. I don't know what to tell you. So the lesson I learned, don't pick up strangers for rides. Don't ask them for rides. I don't care if you do give them $20. It don't matter. Pay attention to consent. And most importantly, don't bite grown men because in America, the cops show up faster than you can say, I have a better place. Now what? So, I don't know. That movie is that was the actual that happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Like you can look that up. Like that's a true story. I'm not making this up. Like that's diabolical. That's all I can say. That's crazy work. I have a better place. She was probably if you see the lady, ain't no way I would have put my 2 kids in the car with her. You're crazy. There's no way they would have got in the car with her. Ain't no way. I could not. I could not. I'm not getting in the car with strangers anyway. Not these days. Everybody tucking. That's all I can tell you. And I ain't talking about tucking their shirts in either. Everybody out here tucking. All right, so next movie role's coming right up. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take a sip of water here, and we're just gonna have some fun. Hey, thank you for joining. I'm just out here on this comedy. I don't know what to call it. I just want to bring some laughs to people. I guess I got inner pain. I got a lot of pain on the inside. And I guess roasting these movies is like one way of getting that out. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to talk about my life experiences. Like most of them are all dead and gone anyway. Ain't no use for opening up old wounds. You know, we already healed and right now is not just a part of my life, it's, you know, other people's life that's involved too. So some people might hate me for that. You know what I'm saying? They might not want to hear that, you know, but so that's why I talk about the movies. And, you know, everybody didn't start out with 1,000 followers. Everybody didn't start out with 20 followers. When I say that, I think about rappers when, you know, you watch their first concert. You know, they don't, might have been 5 people at their concert. You don't, you know, you got to go look at that. And you keep going, you keep striving. Like, I'm really digging off in this. And I really would like your support on this. Not saying, you know, the goal is to be the next Eddie Murphy. I can never walk in his shoes. Like, that's something insane. But to use him as a reference and look at his material and look at how he works a crowd, look at how he works a stage, you know, and all that good stuff. Excuse me. It's just, um, I think that's great, you know. So sorry about that. So I think that's great. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, all Paul Mooney, all the comedians that set the path. I want to give a shout out to, you know, Chris Munns. He's very funny. If you don't know who he is, he's from North Carolina. He's from Dunn, North Carolina. He lives here in Dunn. But I mean, he is funny, crazy, you know. But we're gonna keep the show moving right along. All right. All right. Welcome back to the Captain ClapBack show where we love to roast movies that scare the popcorn out of us, but still keep it classy with a little roast on the side. Tonight, we got not one, but two heavy hitters in this holy horror department. You got The Last Rites and the OG Spook Factory, The Conjuring. Just keep that in mind, all right? I mean, it's a lot of stuff that um we could talk about, but I just want to definitely bring some substance and some funny movies. Um, not talking about the actors, not putting anybody down because they do a job and they do a good job at it, is what I'm trying to tell you. Is no reason why I'm not downing the actual actor. Just making fun and poking fun and doing comedy on the movie and the characters in the movie. So that's how it all started because I like watching movies and I like talking about them. So here we go. Now, before we get into it, let me put some respect where it belongs. Shout out to every actor, director, and crew member who gave these cinematic jump scares and sleepless nights. Y'all worked hard so we could scream in Dolby Surround. That's all I could say. Everything is here is out of love and fun because without y'all, we wouldn't have these stories to keep making us check under the bed, double lock the door, and side eye that old rocking chair over there in the corner. So thank you sincerely for making all these movies. Peace and love. But you already know what time it is. This ain't church service. It's the Captain ClapBack show, boy. And if the devil's in the details, you best believe I'ma roast his ass too, punk. Y'all, I just crawled out of the theater from watching the final, allegedly final installment of the Warner verse. Bruh, final, please. They said last rites, but y'all know Hollywood can't even spell last. Next summer, they gonna hit us with The Conjuring, The Resurrection. Now, with more jump scares and less budget, listen, I love Ed and Lorraine. Respect to the OGs, but at this point, they look like they stuck on some Eternal Spirit Airlines flight full of demons. Every case is the same too. It's never like, oh, we found a ghost riding a Harley through the project. Nah, nah, nah. It's always, help my toaster. Keep calling me broke while burning my Pop Tarts. Ed's over here like in his church carnigan, like, Lorraine, grab the rosary. We gotta go fight some GE appliances again. In them houses, yeah, always the same old dusty colonial house. Always one sad light bulb hanging by a thread. Always 900 crucifixes and a doll collection that screams, I eat children! I'm like, switch it up. Even demons get tired of the decor. Bruh, all I can say is send some Cheetos. Now let me talk about the cursed object room. That joint looked like the world's most ghetto ass museum. Like that ensures this. It ensures that no demons are getting out. It's Annabelle sitting next to a samurai statue. Lorraine's grandbaby just trying to grab a Capri Sun like it ain't nothing. Imagine play dates over there. Hey y'all, don't touch the Raggedy Ann and Andy doll. She's drag you straight to hell before snack time. And the title, Last Rites, man, stop lying to us. Ain't no last. Y'all damn well know they already filming The Conjuring tax season where a possessed IRS agent shows up like, oh, so you thought salvation was free. You gotta pay for that shit. Tax, bitch! Definitely not the last one. Go watch if you want to laugh, scream, and side eye Warner Brothers for gaslighting us with that freaking title. Tip your bartender and hug your auntie. And if your toaster stop talking slick, unplug it and call your boy Jesus, cause he know things. Oh, we finna go in. Now, it ain't spooky, it's sloppy. Let me paint it loud and clear. The Warrens retire, take off the ghost fighting cape, move to a port swing life, and leave the cursed mirror out there like it's a stray dog with the attitude. The mirror ain't some lost earring drop at Thanksgiving and go back for next week. That's the kind of artifact you quarantine with more security than your auntie's secret potato salad recipe. That's all I can say. Now, the first problem with that is professional negligence. Ed and Lorraine got a retirement plan and it paid off. Let evil artifacts free range. And if you solve the mirror, in your first case, you don't let the sequel be Mirror, The Wonder Years. Come on, man. That's not closure. That's performance art irresponsibility. Imagine you're a retired detective and you leave a loaded gun in the living room because you figure someone to find it. That's the vibe. You don't just sip tea and do crossword puzzles while grass is growing a demonic chaos. And they're going on world tour with the shit in the mirror. Now, the second problem in this movie, the dramatic babying. The movie treats the mirror like it's a plot. It conveniently has a frequent flyer card. How does it get all these places? Next scene, oops, Father Gordon's gone. Father Gordon's death could have been um more shocking with no follow-up. Y'all didn't do a follow up with it. A real emotional beat needs setup, consequences, and accountability. Instead, we get a cursed object that wanders. A priest dies. It cuts to Lorraine knitting. That's bad ghost storytelling economics. That's all I can say. Y'all could have did better with The Conjuring. Hyped us all up for nothing. And if the mirror caused an entire murder, the reaction should have been systematic. Lorraine Warren should be running to her museum of doom, calling every priest, every activist, even FEMA agents to lock down the whole thing. But nah, the film treats it casual, like, oh, the mirror again. The least the Warrens could do is slap do not resurrect. Even a 5-second montage of Lorraine trying to failing secure patch the hole instead of the narrative, we get whiplash. Now, the Warrens are retired and apparently left the mirror to freelance haunting, and it killed the priest. Okay, so put the mirror in the vault. I told you, put a sticky note on it from Lorraine. If you want to retire, At least retire responsibly. In the scene with Lorraine staring at the camera, not the mirror. Let her guilt sit with us like a slow burning amber. Now, the mirror didn't kill Father Gordon alone. The script negligence did. Letting a known cursed object walk around unsupervised is the cinematic equivalent of leaving your kids in a car while you just pop in. Dangerous and unforgettable. If the Warrens were my neighbors, I'll be filing for a restraining order against their retirement plan. Punchlines. We need more punchlines in this. All right, we're just gonna relax for a moment. Then we're gonna talk about some more. Take a little break. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining. We are talking about I'm roasting the Conjuring right now, and we're just taking a little break. I had to get a sip of water. Now, first of all, Judy, baby girl, sis, you are the literal daughter of the world's most famous paranormal tag team. You grew up in a house where bedtime stories weren't about demons in a closet, not the tooth fairy. Now, you've seen the cursed object room. You know what's in there. And you know what to do after Father Gordon gets yeeted by a demon, and you get a psychic warning about it, and you decide, no, I got this, and take a solo road trip to Pennsylvania like you run a demon fighting DoorDash service. You should have asked your parents. Girl, that ain't brave. That's Tweeter's favorite word. Dumb. Like you had front row seats to your mama and daddy tag team hell spawn for decades, but suddenly you think you are Beyonce and I am haunted. Judy, you're out here trying to be Nancy Drew for the underworld without nothing but a flashlight and a bad judgment decision. Since you had two professional demon fighters in the same room, all you had to do was say, fam, I saw Father Gordon get bodied in a vision. Maybe we should check on that. But no, you hit the gas and hit it straight for Smurl's house like it was a Taco Bell drive through at midnight. That's not character development. That's a death wish with Wi Fi. Now, this is like being Batman's kid deciding, nah, I'll fight the Joker solo with a Nerf gun. Or like Ghostbusters being on speed dial but saying, I'll just handle Slimer with some Febreze. Girl, sit down. This ain't courage. It is curiosity mixed with CW teen drama. Now, let's drag Ed and Lorraine in because they didn't exactly earn Parent of the Year after this one either. They found the demon mirror, the same mirror that almost got Judy snatched years ago. And what's the big brain containment plans? Let's move this death glass back to our basement full of other cursed nonsense. Excuse me? So you mean to tell me you know this mirror is the ultimate Airbnb for demons? You know it's targeting your daughter, and instead of calling the Vatican, burning it, or sending it to Area 51, you bring it the fuck home. That's not paranormal investigating. That's just hoarding evil like it's Pokemon cards. That's like finding a live grenade in your yard and saying, better put this in the garage right next to the propane tanks. Or like saying, the wild bear is too dangerous for the forest. Let's bring it to daycare. Now, then they act shocked when Ed almost nails over with a heart attack. Bro, your cholesterol wasn't the only thing playing games. Your decision making was too. This whole scene ain't spooky tension. It's forced stupidity. I can't even get it out. It's so stupid. To keep the movie rolling. Judy is reckless. The Warren's Dorm mirror plan, the plot device, not even it feels earned. It feels like the writers had a dartboard label. What dumbass move can the Warrens do next? If Judy had just spoken up, the movie would have lasted 40 minutes. If the mirror had been secured properly, the demon would have had no sequel fuel. But instead, we get chaos because everyone in the family caught a bad case of plot induced brain fog. Judy didn't need psychic vision, she needed common sense. That's all. At this point, the demon ain't even a villain. It's the Warren family's decision making. Now, all right. So the issue, she dips out solo like she's the lead in Scooby Doo when the actual pros are 2 feet away. Dumb, lazy writing. Now to fix that, Judy still gets the vision of Father Gordon's death, but instead of sneaking out, she tries to hide it. Lorraine senses something is off because she's psychic and a mama, and we get tension in the room. Lorraine, what aren't you telling me, Judy? Judy, nothing. I just need some air. Now, Judy tries to drive off, but Lorraine catches her at the car, forcing Judy to confess the vision. Boom! This gives us mother daughter drama, raises the stakes, keeps her in character without making her look brainless. Now, problem two, the Mirror's Motel 6 containment. The Warrens' decision to bring the mirror home. Foolish! That's not scary, that's sitcom stupid. When the Warrens find the mirror, they immediately argue. Ed, we can't leave it here. It'll just claim someone else. Lorraine, we can't bring it home. Judy will be the first target. Instead, they call the church for backup. Imagine a chilling midnight scene where a small convoy of priests arrive with relics and chains. They set up a ritual to contain it on site, but the demon lashes out mid-ritual, forcing Ed to physically intervene. That's where he collapses from the strain. Hello, heart attack set up, showing his body is failing, even though his faith is strong. Now, the stakes feel earned. The mirror doesn't just move houses like some evil Amazon package, it becomes a battleground. Now, problem three, Father Gordon's death equals throwaway. Right now, it's just, oops, he's dead. No wait. So, to fix that, hey, thank you for joining. To fix that, Father Gordon's funeral directly into Judy's guilt. Instead, her randomly decision to go on as a lone wolf. She overhears the church dismissing Gordon's death as a tragic but not supernatural. That's what drives her to act. She doesn't trust the church. She doesn't want her parents to give up, so she pushes the issue. It gives her motivation. It gives her that teen rebellion and a side of psychic visions. So, resulting in the fixed scene, Judy doesn't look like a fool. She looks like a frustrated seer who's torn between protecting her parents and acting on her visions. So Lorraine acts like, the parent in Judy's tense showdown, showing both love and frustration. The mirror containment becomes an epic ritual gone wrong, not just a lazy box it up and hope for the best. Ed's ties to the stress of facing the demon head on, not from lugging a mirror into the family basement like he pulled a muscle. Okay? The demon feels active, aggressive, and clever, not just a prop being moved from point A to point B. Now, that would have hit. Instead, we've got Judy's discount paranormal road trip and that mirror that needed better storage. That's all I can say. All right, so we're gonna hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, cause the Captain ClapBack show is here. We don't only roast movies, we roast everything, and we don't hold anything back. Nobody's getting held back, baby. This ain't the first grade. No filter, all fire. You're watching the Captain ClapBack show. Hey, what's up? I'm Chico Chad, aka Captain ClapBack, and this is the place where nothing, and I mean nothing, is safe from the roast. Movies, sports, TV, celebrities, news articles. If it's popping, we're clapping back. I started this channel because I love entertainment. The actors, the plays, the stories, they all make us laugh, cry, and scream at the screen. And if that's not real, some of it deserves to be roasted. And that's exactly what we do. So here on the Captain ClapBack show, we celebrate the good, call out the hype, and laugh at the ridiculous, whether it's the latest blockbuster or a wild sports moment or trending news. We keep it savage, we keep it funny, and we keep it real. But it isn't just about me. It's about the clapback community, the ones who laugh, react, and ride with us through every insane moment pop culture throws at us. Together, we roast the clapback and we have a good time doing it. So, if you're ready for no filters and all fire and endless laughs, hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications and join the ride. Clap back! Roast first, laugh later. Hit the subscribe button. Join the Captain ClapBack community.